We are officially at our Ace debut. We do have a pre-show match here just to kind of get all these guys on the card. With Dusty Streets and Island Boys teaming up, that's who I really want to get on the card. Versus Danny Rushmore and Nation of Filth is just like, those are our lower card heel guys. But, oh no, Rico Santana got hurt. That's, we'll just have to see what kind of seriousness that is. That is the danger of having pre-show matches. But we'll have to see what happens here. Now, we do start the show with Ripcord welcoming our crowd to the Big Ace debut. Sorry, my mic just peaked. Stating, he is the champion at HGC. He's the best champion. He's the face of the company. And then what this does is this kind of leads to Liberty coming out and Liberty saying, well, when's the last time you defended your title? I didn't need to win my title by assistance with my cronies. I am the best champion. And this leads to Ripcord goading Liberty into defending his title versus a Syndicate member next week. So next week we will have Liberty for someone in a Syndicate in our main event for the international title. We follow that up with Jack Bruce saying, "Oh man, winter vacation was great. I had a great time skiing or whatever it is he was doing in the Alps." Um, and he finds out he's in street clothes. He finds out he's defending his cruiserweight title right now versus Electrico, and this leads to an upset victory where we have Electrico actually defeat Jack Bruce with a roll up, as Jack Bruce wasn't prepared to defend his title. We have Electrico pick up the upset victory to start off our show with a huge title change after the Great Angle Ripcord, and I feel like this is a good way to get the title off Jack Bruce for now. It's not gonna be his last title reign, but I felt like it was a good way to get just like pop a rating sort of thing of like, anything can happen, and Electrico has been sustaining a push after his just improvement over the past year, and yeah, so he picks up. We got a new cruiserweight champion in Electrico. We have Travis Sentry revealing that BLZ and him are going to challenge for the tag titles at Malice in Wonderland, to the shock of Jesse Christian and the shame of RP Jr. So what this angle does is we have RP Jr. as a heel who turned heel on the vest. He's winning the tag titles and he's teaming with a babyface. But RP Jr. is like gaslighty, manipulative type to Jesse Christian, and he got RP Jr. got assistance from BLZ to retain the titles at Psycho Circus, so he has to pay them back by defending the tag titles versus Travis Entry and BLZ. And this is just a way to continue prolong dragging that RP Jr. Jesse Christian will they won't they kind of feud out of will Jesse turn heel eventually, or will he stay true to his character and no longer put up RP Jr. shenanigans, leading to like a one-on-one match at Total Mayhem. And to be honest, the way things are going, I'm not 100% sure either way. Um, but yeah, we have the big reveal here, and you know, I don't want to always have what's it called, matches teased week to week. We gotta actually advertise matches months out, like they would do in real life. Um, So we got our tag title match set at Mouse in Wonderland, which is like end of February, give or take. So it's a long ways away from now. So like that's kind of the I don't know if I love that, but I didn't want to do it on TV. And my booking is predominantly month to month. Anyways, after the match, we go backstage where Troy Tornado walks up to Romeo Heartthrob asking where his mask is. This is just so I figured out Troy Tornado's character in the best way I could put it. He's Bugs Bunny. Um, and Romeo can be Daffy Duck in a situation where Troy Tornado goes up to him and be like, "Oh, where's your heartthrob? Where's your mask?" And Romeo goes, "I don't have it today." "Oh, wait, that I don't have a mask. What are you talking about?" "They're talking about my beauty mask." So I think it's like a little funny shtick here to kind of get Romeo away from Electrico. Electro won the cruiserweight title. We can come back to that, but to have Troy Tornado be the smart-ass Bugs Bunny type he is, um, to confront Romeo. We go from that into a match where Damien Carville cheats to defeat Steve Flash. Unfortunately, we roll bad chemistry here. Still solid match with bad chemistry, but yeah, we get Damien Carville cheating to defeat Steve Flash, so that way we can have a return match. And I didn't want just all baby faces winning our big debut in Ace. We got to have showcase some of our heels as well. We followed that up with the Vessies teaming up to defeat the Tag Specialist. So during this match, I had it include the All-Star team recruitment to Jesse Christian RP Jr. Feud as a storyline, as I feel like the announcers here, since we're on a very big broadcaster, my head canon would be the announcers are talking about the storyline, how RP Jr. cheated and Jesse Christian's playing coy, or not playing coy, Jesse Christian was unaware, but how long can he play stupid till with him gaining off RP Jr. shenanigans till he is, was it culpable? Culpable? I don't know. You get it. So I just pretty much have the announcers paint the background of the RP Jr., BLZ Bub, Travis Entry, Jesse Christian stuff that happened earlier, as well as showcase the Vessies. The Vessies are two of our best in-ring workers. Brian Vesey, along with Eric Tyler, is probably our best in-ring worker. Sid Streets as well and Ripcord. Those four are probably our best. So we showcase the Vessies here and continue the Untouchables not on a hot streak. We go to Ripcord, kind of ripping into Brent Hill, Tommy Cornell, and Barry Bone last week, saying you guys embarrassed us last week when Dusty Streets defeated Barry. That's unacceptable. So Tommy, next week you're gonna face Dusty to make right what you screwed up. Brent Hill, you're my original protege. You're gonna be the guy who gets the title shot, and you better bring that title home to the Syndicate, or we're all gonna have problems. So this is like a mix of like the Judgment Day kind of backstage of teasing feuds, inner stable feuds with like an Evolution type Triple H Ripcord type promo of being like figure your stuff out. Um, the rating's okay. I would have had I had Tommy talk, I had Barry as Intimidator, and I had Brent Hill as just like a background appearance because he can't do any non-speaking appearance. Um, but yeah, solid man. They're solid across the board. This teases next week our main event, Brent Hill versus Liberty, as well as Tommy Cornell versus Dusty Streets. So we got that to look forward to as well, week to week. We follow that up with Frankie Future making his third title defense of the Hardcore title, defeating Charlie Homicide. As this is a wild brawl, but this is for the Hardcore title, and this has been something. This is a blow off to the Charlie Homicide Frankie Future portion of the Hardcore title. But post match, I would have Charlie Homicide kind of not. Oh no, I wouldn't have Charlie Homicide. But what I would have is Frankie Future celebrating when all of a sudden he gets attacked by Nemesis. Nemesis comes out from the crowd, just beats the hell out of Frankie Future, and he poses with the Hardcore title. Um, so this is why I moved um, the wrap up show to be air after this, so I didn't spoil the Nemesis debut, as I wanted to do like the ECW 1996 tie-in here. I feel like what better way to do that than on a debut on a huge brand where you can have the announcers be like, wait, oh my god, that's a guy from a different company. What's he supposed to do here? He's not allowed on national TV. Get that guy out of here. So Nemesis is a face at Dave right now, and he's a heel at HGC, obviously with attacking Frankie. So we're gonna kind of honor the face heel divide at Dave, and only people who are faces at Dave will bring in as heels here, and vice versa. Well, not vice versa, because I can't book Dave. Um, I just signed him to a paid per appearance deal for a amount of time. Maybe I won't reveal how long. And so what we'll do is have Nemesis. We're gonna book up to him being this like not mythical, but this like figure who's what's his name? What was the guy who my God, I'm terrible at names. Who's an indie guy? He did like the pizza cutter spot with Chris Jericho. Kind of like, oh my God, what's he doing here? Like kind of thing. Um, but that's I'm very excited to book this angle out with Nemesis, as I feel like it's gonna go in a direction maybe not expected. Then after the match, we go to Jeb Langley, who's been recruited by Professor Nero to have Professor Nero join him, or Professor Nero be Jeb Langley's manager. But we have Jeb Langley rejecting Professor Nero in the only way he knows how, by asking, "Who's your daddy?" And Nero warns Jeb Langley to watch his back. Again with this angle, like these guys are two of our best mic guys in the company. Jeb Langley, believe it or not, is a upper mid carder for us if this you're just first tuning in. But he's pretty much mid 50s, early 50s popularity, which for our company is pretty good considering we're like, self-made effectively with a lot of these guys. And he has like mid 70s. I'm sorry, Mike just peaked. Mid 70s performance skills, while Nira has like 80, mid 80s or high 80s performance skills. So the rating 75 is good, but like I was expecting more as a lead-in, as to our this is a lead into our main event, which last week I said I'm predicting a plus 90 rating. We have a creative finish idea likely to succeed being used. I'm not sure if it's going to pay off or not. So drum roll. Oh my goodness, that is a huge rating. We have Sid Streets versus Eric Tyler, with Sid Streets defeating Eric Tyler clean, with the creative finish being successful. Mike peaked again. I guess it hit the mic. I should just get a wireless mic. My apologies. But Sid Streets defeats Eric Tyler here in what is probably going to be the match of the year, which, no, not match of the year. This is number one contendership match for Ripcord's title. So at Malice in Wonderland, we have Sid Streets versus Ripcord. We have Beelzebub and Travis Sentry versus what's the name? RP Jr. and Jesse Christian. So overall, I mean, one of our better shows ever. I think our best show yet, actually. Um, yeah, I didn't have any pre-show action with like Peter Valentine and Big Trouble or anyone. Just to kind of, I wanted to have like a solid rating to kind of lead into the show and continue going. I mean, overall, I mean, absolutely fantastic show. Where next week we set our like two big matches on pay-per-view. We obviously teased another one. Um, and we have like some storyline development. Travis Sentry and Beelzebub revealing RP Jr. kind of what's called bribed them with a title shot. We showcase our Bugs Bunny Troy Tornado character. We have Jack Bruce, who even though he lost, he showcased. Rico Santana's out for 2 months. That's unfortunate, but that's fine. So I'm interested here to see what the financial report is of how much we made. There's a 15% split of advertiser, which we were paying 25 grand to be on our previous broadcaster a week. So it's 100 grand a year or a month. That's 1.2 million a year if you want to do the math. And let's see here, broadcaster revenue. So 262,000. We might turn a profit. Not this month because there's not a pay-per-view. I feel like this is huge because we're going to turn a profit on months that there is a pay-per-view, if I had to guess. Absolutely huge. We'll break down all that. We go up one popularity in our primary region, Southwest. We go up one in a couple areas as well. Canada, we're rising. Quebec, we're pretty big. That's our second biggest area. Um, Absolutely fantastic. So let's look and see what SWF did. Now, SWF did air before us, so we'll have to see how the viewership was comparatively between the two. Um, we crushed them. So they had 691,000 viewers. We'll just look at that. And we had 3 million. So we are killing them with that. This is like a huge development. They were in Cleveland, boo Cleveland. Um, so let's just go over their card, see if there's anything to note. And no Johnny Martin, which is unfortunate because Johnny Martin, like I said, is going to be a guy with this tie-in with Dave. Johnny Martin, well, he was on the card. He would have been one of the guys I brought in to be with Nemesis because I want to highlight um, them overall. So Sam Strong returns. I would add like an advertiser, like, ad saying Sam Strong's appearing next week. I don't want to do an angle like 3 minute. I don't know. It just doesn't. We'll just headcanon book that in our head. But in regards to Nemesis, we can look over Dave. Like I said, he is a babyface. So to me, I don't want to blow up their spot and have Henry Lee, who's your top heel, come to HGC with Nemesis and them be like best friends. I felt like that would be counterintuitive to their program. So I'm feeling like potential people are the Hype, Wolverine and Big Cat Brandon are a tag team. Chris Caulfield, which he's 100% babyface, so like Nemesis being a face right now is kind of interesting. So I might. It depends who he's like feuding with, because maybe I'll walk back on the. He won't. What's it called? He won't bring people in he's feuding with. That's interesting. XWF signed away. Van Tanner, who's another like top heel type for Dave. Dave's roster's been pretty much crushed. I wonder if they hired anybody. I mean, Floyd Goldsworth is a manager. He's a pretty solid manager. He's good mic skills and all that. But like get Gareth Wayne. There's a guy. I think he ends up in Dave and the Real Cannon, but I'm not 100% sure. And then the Hype. Everybody knows about the Hype. The Hype is a character who's like a Shawn Michaels 97, but he's not popular. Um, and it's just a matter of does he survive? Does he, go off the wheels? So maybe like I can bring the Hype in as a way to kind of tease him to our audience, so that way he can come back eventually down the line as well. Um, but yeah, we're gonna have Nemesis, and then I might showcase other people on Dave's roster. I might not significantly. I'll definitely have him. I might just pair Grunt and Stink with them because they formerly were on Dave, and I think it would be a great way to showcase them. As they're not great, but I feel like they could be utilized in a decent way for us. Uh, Not 100% sure. So let's see popularities here with the what's it called the broadcaster change. See if that led to popularity boost for anyone. So Electrico, we'll check him out. He only went up one, two. He went up two. Um, so Jack Bruce was kept strong because I felt like him being in his what's it called in his street clothes, his normal clothes, his shoot clothes. He was protected that way. We have no real game at Liberty. We have one in some regions. Brian and Larry Vesey probably didn't go up much, if at all. Maybe one or two. Yep, one or two in some areas for Brian. Larry, we have one or two in some areas for Larry. Who else had really good angle? Jeb Langley. So something that I should pay attention to is when we start touring, we got like people like Great Lakes for Jeb Langley, the tri-state area for Frankie Future. He went up one with that, so we'll have to see how we can capitalize on those areas of expertise. I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much it. Of like, I guess Carville, but he was already more popular in Steve Flash. And there's no one else that really had a great and Travis Entry. So we'll check Damien Carville and Travis Entry. Yeah, he went up one in some areas, most areas, and then Travis Entry is the last guy we'll go over. He went up one in some areas. All right, so next show on the drop is actually going to be the year-end review. We'll go over our end-of-year awards, the Power 500 annual awards, which I didn't even look over yet, and then we'll go over popularity gains of our roster and skill gains. Now, we're not going to focus on I'm not going to go down the whole entire list. We'll showcase some guys, and then I'll probably just fly through a bunch just to. Well, actually, I don't even need to. So, something I'm going to do with this save is at the end of 97, I copied the save as end of 97, and we can always just go back to it. So that way we have the what's called the file, so that way we can like if someone's like, hey, I really want like if any of you wanted to be like, I really wanted to start your company HGC at the debut of Ace and go from there of how I would do it. You can let me know. I can then just drop the save, give the save over to you. You would have to do the pictures and all that yourself. I don't really know how to upload all that. That's too much work. Um, but then, end of 98, we can do that as well. Um, and at the end of 98, we can look at end of 97. I can do a quick comparison. Um, and just the way, like, I don't want to do too much work at the end of the year review, but I also want to think it's fun to go over. But we are officially on Dave as a broadcaster. Financially, we didn't turn a profit last month. We were in quite the hole. Um, but we're getting, if you look, we gained more pretty much last month than we did rest of the year. We're going to gain more in profit this month than the rest of the year combined, in broadcaster revenue. So I'm very excited to see how that works, and then to see we're going to use Hamstrung probably 1 or 2 weeks this month, and then we got to keep utilizing him sparingly because he's 150K per show. So we'll have to. I really want to turn a profit here pretty soon, and as of right now, we're in the green for the month, so that's a big deal. 1 week down, and we're in the green. So maybe, well, we know we're not because there's not a pay-per-view. So next month, that's the goal, is to be in the green next month. So we'll cut it off here. Longer episode for the Ace debut. Thank you for watching, and I hope to talk to you guys next time. Thank you.